Hi, I'm Umbreon Libris, and today we're redesigning Type Null and Silvally. Normally I do the intro for these videos as part of the stream summary, but today I'm doing it on set because the whole intro process was about 40 minutes of the stream. So I actually like both Type Null and Silvally, but the big problem that I have with their design is that they're supposed to be made from parts of other Pokémon, except none of their parts are recognizably from other Pokémon. So the idea was basically to rebuild them from more obviously recognizable parts. Naturally, the question was, which Pokemon do we use? We need 4 Pokemon for the trunk, the front legs, the hind legs, and the tail. Since the lore says that Type Null evolves into Silvally and learns how to control its power through a strong bond with its trainer, my first thought was Mega Evolution. That is also about unlocking the potential of a Pokemon through a bond with the trainer. And Megas are amongst the most powerful Pokemon that aren't legendary, so they're a good fit for fighting extra-dimensional beings. But Megas are very Gen 6, and so I did consider other possibilities, like Pokemon that evolve through friendship, just Alolan Pokemon in general, or specifically the Alolan starters. I put these ideas to a vote to the stream chat, and Megas won by a significant margin. After some debate, we decided to use Houndoom's body, Blaziken's arms as the front legs, Garchomp's legs for the back since the hind legs have some scales, and Gyarados for the tail. So Type Null is composed of their normal forms, and Silvally uses their Mega forms instead. Alright, let's get drawing. I don't think there's any reason to change the head except maybe to make the mane a little bit shorter so that more of the body is visible. And like I said, just give the mask just a tiny bit of an extra snout. Okay, well, I'm satisfied with this one for now. Let's try to figure out Silvally. Mega Blaziken's Flame Ribbon could change to the Rainbow Mega Evolution Energy. Maybe. I wasn't planning on doing the Flame Ribbon at all, but that's a good idea. Change it into something more generic Mega Evolution. Here, I will take Gyarados' exact tail, and we'll see how that looks. In terms of the design, I'm happy with this. Some minor refinements needed, but I think the color is going to be a big part of that. And I'm also thinking if I should draw them in a different position. Oh, and the other thing is that we didn't work in the Arceus thing in the middle. into Silvally, so that needs to go somewhere, or ideally that would go somewhere. Maybe just give it an Arceus tattoo. Make it as markings instead. That could work. That could work. What if the weird tabs that come out of Silvally's mane were shaped like the Arceus and collar spikes? That's actually pretty good. I like the dangling thing. All right, let's still go with that. We'll stick with that. And so now the question is if I'm going to redraw them entirely or not. Blocking the colors and see if you want to redraw. All right, we can do that. We can do the colors. I think this is probably the best one so far. Because it just being like the straight transition, that feels too weird. This looks much better. This feels more integrated, and it does work well, but it might be too integrated. So this might be the way to go. Let's have a look at Silvally, or at colors for Silvally. I can speak. I'm not totally satisfied with the colors, to be honest. On type null, it does make sense for all the colors to just be, like, for the parts to just be kind of whatever. It just is the color of that part from the original. That makes sense. But on Silvally, I feel like they need to be better integrated than this. More like it's just a single Pokemon at this point. I'm thinking I need to do some more simplifying of the designs. Like maybe remove one segment from the tail so that it goes so that it's segment tail fin or whatever. Maybe remove one of the spines, one of the bones on the back, so that it only has two, and so that Silvally only has the big one and then one small one. Maybe Silvally's leg still only has two spikes, so it's one big red one and one small white one. Like, that's the main thing that I'm feeling, is just too much going on. In the interest of not being here for another 3 hours, I'm gonna stick with this. As I outline them, I am going to make some slight adjustments, like I was saying, in terms of simplifying the designs. Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. Silvally is a Pokemon made up of parts of other Pokemon. Or is it? I hope you like the way that turned out. You can let me know what you think in the comments. I still think the idea is pretty good, but it could probably use a little bit more work in terms of the proportions and such. The next redesign stream will take place on July 25th, and we will be redesigning something. I'm going to look through the suggestions that are left in the comments of this video as well as the last two and pick something from there. So give me your ideas. Just keep in mind that I am not going to pick Pokemon from Generation 1 that we have not yet covered in the new 151. I'll announce the Pokemon that we're redesigning about a week in advance, if I remember to. As usual, likes and shares are super appreciated, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Thank you to my patrons, especially luxury patron Ethan Saffron. I'm Hungry and Libris. I'll see you in the next chapter.